Hi everybody. Some of you had asked that I demonstrate how we do our processing and finishing work on our images. So I've got one opened up in Photoshop here just to process one. One of the first things we're going to do is go in and check the highlights and see what they read. I like for my highlights to read about 230 at this point. This one's a little bit hot, so we're going to take it down and get our highlight reading where I want it. Too far, let's back up. Okay, there we're getting right in around 230 on the highlights. Once I've got that, I'd like to take a look at the color, see if there's any adjustments there. I'd like to see this one just a little bit more yellow in it to warm it up just a hair. Then I'm going to throw the cropping on. We generally crop first to like a 5x7 crop, but trying to leave enough room that we can do an 8x10 out of it without losing anything. And once we've got it where we want, we'll just open it up in Photoshop. Generally, we'll just save it first as a TIFF and then reopen them in Photoshop. We'll batch process everything. Zoom in to where we can see what we're doing. We'll use the patch tool and just go in and do a basic cleanup of any little flaws on her. This is something you just do pretty quick. We'll go in and take out the bags under the eyes and then fade them back to around 70% or so. Even babies have little bags that we like to clean up and get rid of. Let's keep going a little bit here. Soften that line just a little bit on both sides. Alright, looking pretty good right there. Check, make sure there's no scratches, anything like that on the hands that need taken out. And she actually looks pretty darn good. Cute little baby. Let's go with the dodge tool. We set it on highlights at about 20%, and we're just going to add a little bit of extra kick into the eyes. I like using the dodge tool set to highlight like this because it'll actually just bring out this sparkle that's naturally there. You're not painting over it, covering it up, you're just using what's really there. Then we can take the burn tool set to shadow on about 10%. Let's get in a little bit tighter on the eyes. And we're going to do just a little bit of a nice darker rim around the eyes. And then come in, pop the eyelashes out just a little bit, same way. By using the burn tool on shadow, the only thing you're accenting or whatever's dark, so it doesn't really have much effect on the skin or anything. Just looks like you're throwing some mascara on her. Yeah, looking pretty good. Then we're going to take the airbrush, just on normal, set it to about 25%, and just start kind of going in and smoothing out any modeling. So it just has a nice milky complexion going. If there's a dark area between the eyes, like what she had, and actually most newborns seem to have that. We'll soften it up, make sure there's no veins or anything showing on the eyelids. This is something that we go through really quick. We'll pick up some of the deeper color and give her some nice rosy cheeks in there. We're not going so far with this that you're losing the detail of the skin. It's just smoothing out the modeling of the skin. And this is basically the same finishing we do on our high school seniors as well. Some people would say you could just use portraiture for this part, but I am actually doing a little bit of reshaping of anything on the face that needs it. Not to the extent that the parents are going to notice, just that they're going to know their baby looks beautiful. I'll actually pop the chin up just a little bit if they need it, or whatever it takes. Okay, face looks good. We're going to move on down to the neck. Love the little rolls in the neck. Nothing I hate more than to see baby pictures where they've left all this modeling on the skin and they just look like they're diseased or something. I want it to look natural, but there's natural and then there's natural. Okay, just got a little red spot there we're going to take out. Looking pretty good. And go back out. Take it out to about there. Pick up the burn tool, set it to mid-tones and around 30%. Your main goal of an image is to make the face stand out, so everything else goes a little bit darker. Careful not to go too dark on the skin. You don't want it to look odd because you went too dark on the arms compared to the brilliance on the face. This one, I kind of want the pinks to pop a little bit more, so we're going to switch over to the sponge tool. Set to saturate, and again about 20%. And just swipe over a little bit to punch up the background and colors. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to put just a little bit of that onto her cheeks too to give them a little, yeah, looking good. Then we're going to pick up levels. And if you hold down Alt or Option, you can click on it and slide it in just till our pupils show up, and then back it back off. Go over onto the highlight side, go till the cheeks start to come in, and then take it back off. Then we'll go back and read our numbers on the highlights, and we're actually looking for the red channel to come in at about 240. That's just where we like it when we print. Pretty close. Yeah, right in there is pretty good for this one. We'll hit OK, and there's a finished one ready to go.